Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, along to the next episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark? Last episode we watched together was The Tale of Cutter's Treasure Part 2, and that was the second part to the first episode of the season, involving two boys that get on the wrong side of Cutter, who's looking for sort of revenge, but he's guarding his treasure. There was a lot of weird stuff, some of it didn't fully make sense, but I had a good time with it. It wasn't my favourite episode ever, but it was a good adventure-y episode. Two brothers who didn't get along, started to get along again because one was in danger, the other went to save him. And Cutter was quite a good villain. I like the way the actor portrayed him. But yeah, that was a good episode. It was Frank and Gary telling the first episode of the season. And already, I'm actually really loving this season. Not necessarily because it's the best one already, like I don't know yet, but what I'm liking is that with that last two episodes and this one, I don't really remember what the episodes are about at all. And then you'll find that as you watch the most of the season with me, that I'll remember one or two in good detail. The rest, some of them, I remember like specific images, like one from this episode, which I'll get to shortly. But on the most part, there's some episodes I have zero clue. Zero clue. That one that's called Closet Keepers, literally no idea what it's about. So I'm really excited. It's like half nostalgia, half new episode, so it's really exciting for me personally to be revisiting the show with you along for the ride. So this episode is episode 3, and it's called The Tale of the Renegade Virus. Now, what I know from the episode is I think the iconic image of what I think is the bad guy from this episode. Is it a little person but with like a brain sticking out? I might be completely wrong, I might have the wrong episode altogether, but something in my head tells me that's this episode. I don't know what that means, why that person has the brain sticking out, what it's got to do with the story, what it's got to do with the virus. Renegade Virus says to me like maybe someone's ill, but maybe that's just because I'm living in the middle of a pandemic at the time of recording, so viruses and infections and mutated strains are all just kind of a little bit too close to home right now. But maybe it's something to do with the actual virus, or like a computer virus or something like that. If you enjoyed the video, please let me know down below in the comments what you thought of Season 4, Episode 3, The Tale of the Renegade Virus, and if you're enjoying my reactions to this season. Let's jump into the third episode of the 4th season, Are You Afraid of the Dark? The Tale of the Renegade Virus. And who do I think is going to tell this story? We've had Gary, we've had Frank. I mean, there's nothing saying that it can't be one of them two again, because hello to You Afraid of the Dark. I'm going to go with maybe Tucker, purely because the image of that guy with the brain is kind of silly, maybe a little bit childish. Maybe it's Tucker, he's the younger one, but I could be completely wrong. But let's go with Tucker as my guess for this episode.
Why is Gary late? He had to rewrite a book report.
Oh.
Write it?
So Gary's
his computer has a virus. Every time he tries to print something,
computer virus?
It gets erased. Ooh, scary.
The only thing scary about computers are the people who use them.
Tell me about
What?
it. Sorry I'm late. When I get home, I'm gonna destroy the rocket.
Are we on Gary's story again?
And find out who planted it in my computer.
Tucker.
Careful. A virus can do a lot of damage.
I know. A virus is a disease. It
Okay.
gets inside and
Gary
kills
again.
And once it
Okay.
starts spreading, it's impossible to shake. And there's one computer you never want one to get into.
What computer is that?
The brain.
The human brain.
Say what?
Got a trillion
Say what?
bits of information stored up here, just like a computer. And if a computer virus got into your head, there's no telling what might happen. The
Tale of the Renegade Virus. Renegade. That's not a word that kids would use. Renegade. I mean, I like it. It's a cool word. But I can tell an adult wrote this. She's trying to hack something. Good throw.
Suzanne, you've been in there for 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
You gonna help me with my science project tonight?
No problem.
That guy looks really familiar. Maybe he was in an episode of
You need to
Goosebumps.
lift to school, honey?
What's wrong with his bike?
He has a flat tire.
I'm okay. I'll ride Evan's bike.
What's Evan gonna ride?
See it.
This has got a very weird tone to it so far. Don't fully know how I feel.
Seconds left, down by 5. Evan goes long.
Touchdown!
down.
He
Nice
stole his
catch.
bike.
Hey!
Not cool. Not cool.
Well, at least I didn't make you late.
What's the matter? We got your combo?
Oh, I thought this guy was gonna be like the nice guy,
I
but
switched our locks.
Cute.
he's clearly a bully.
Real cute.
Well, I think they're friends, but
Oh, hi,
maybe this guy's our protagonist.
You going to the game on Saturday?
Yeah. How about you?
Yeah. I thought maybe we could...
I'm going with Simon. Maybe we'll see you there.
Oh, awkward.
Would you mind giving more effort into being here on time?
Yes, Mr. Smith.
Yes, you would mind giving more effort?
I mean,
Oh,
no,
don't be a
Mr.
dick.
Smith.
Sorry, I was just getting it back.
You like payback? Well, just wait, Mr. Everything. You're gonna wish you never...
No, no. What is with awful,
Is this something
awful
you'd like
teaching
to
the
share
TV
with
show?
entire class?
Oh, shut up.
Maybe a little less talking and a little more paying attention.
I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Forget it. It's history. Poe's ready. Who? Mr. Poe, the science teacher. He's been working on a computer game for months.
We've been bugging him to get the first
Oh.
crack at it.
Let's go.
It's weird 'cause it feels like he was a protagonist and a bit of a bully, but now
Mr. Poe?
apologising for it. Oh.
Sound activated alarm. You cannot be too You can't be too careful.
Who's this guy?
How do I play?
Are you familiar with virtual reality?
Sort of.
It's a computer simulation of reality. It makes you feel like you're really there.
The technology is in its infancy, but the possibilities are endless.
That cog in the background. What the hell is that
I've made a
doing?
breakthrough that surpasses any known program. My friends, we are
Sure you
going to
have.
step into history. Your neuron impulses react with the microwave circuitry, and that creates a certain force of energy that you'll know what to do.
It's funny watching this now. We've got virtual reality now. Obviously not. It's not great. Some of it's quite good, some of it's not.
Would you like to go on a voyage to Saturn? Be a knight of the round table? Or visit the dinosaurs of the
What was with
Mesozoic?
these generic like
Well,
pictures from Google?
I think I'll go with the Knight of the Round.
Obviously didn't have Google at the time, but these stock photos.
Once I start you, Evan will monitor the game while I take that call. And just imagine that strange.
This is a warning. Code red.
There's
He's
no
not very good
reason
at
for that.
this.
Have a nice day.
What?
Ready, Simon?
Ready.
I'm so baffled
Prepare
by
yourself to take a trip.
me trying to work out
Imagination.
with an adult brain what's meant to be happening. Okay.
What's going on?
You seen Simon this morning?
No.
Funny. I wonder where he is.
I'm right here.
Susan, would you call your brother?
What is happening? It's clearly in the game. It's like his life, but it's not the Knights of the Round Table that he asked for. So
Simon?
of course,
Could I have a word with you?
Or I'm dreaming or something real strange.
that's not your
Well,
dad.
son, you're not dreaming.
So, I guess that leaves us with something strange.
It's just the image of him that I know from this episode.
Who are you? What are you doing in my house?
Except that the rules have changed.
But what happened to the Knights of the Round Table?
I blew them away. I'm a virus. That's what I do.
Okay, well they explained why it's not Knights anymore, or at all.
Get in here.
All that matters now is how I'm getting out.
What is he
None
doing?
of this is real, you know. It's input from the computer right into your head. But I've done a little reprogramming.
I don't think you should mess with it.
Clearly.
Too late. I'll be able to output myself from this stupid game.
Into the real world.
Into your brain.
Okay, so he's a virus that's
What?
gone sentient, knows it's a virus,
Your brain.
and is developing a way to transfer to a human brain. Okay, I'll buy into that.
It's already started. Look at your hand.
Oh,
But this is
it's
a
a
game
body
that
horror, I
has
don't
to
like
be
it.
rules.
Sure, but you've got only...
Program will run
10 minutes.
10 minutes and 35 seconds.
You heard it, Einstein. Good luck.
What's the matter? Forgot your combo?
Let's go, Evan.
Sorry, going to the game with my girl.
Sorry.
Evan! Evan!
I was moving backwards.
Does anyone know what 2 + 2 equals?
5?
Correct. Anyone else?
6. 6 minutes left.
Correct. Simon.
Oh.
4. And exactly what formula did you use?
Oh, he's naked in class.
Enjoying the game, Einstein? The speed of light divided by the speed of sound.
Yeah, I actually quite like the actual costume.
5
It looks pretty good.
Somebody planted a virus.
It was you, wasn't it? Where's Poe?
Did he really?
But come on, Simon, I thought you could do anything. You can get out of this yourself.
2-minute warning. This is your 2-minute warning. Anybody home?
Right?
I love that, it's so cool.
I'm running out of time, Evan.
Okay, relax. I programmed the virus myself.
Going up.
It's just a different virus. What the hell was that?
Okay, the code is my
Evan?
Combination? Possibly? Byte combination or locker combination?
You can't lock me out, Einstein.
Evan's locker combo.
Zhoo, zhoo, zhoo. Oh, some powerful virus.
Miss me?
Oh no, he's gonna plug it in. Oh, I don't like it. Something really weird about that makes me feel uncomfortable.
I think I'm gonna enjoy being inside your brain.
Oh. Smack it with your foot. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's pulsing. Oh. I thought it was gonna blow up then.
Forget rule number 1.
Sure.
Simon, are you all right?
Yeah.
Glad he's alright, but I feel like there's a
That wasn't
twist.
supposed to happen inside. I
There's
just
usually always
wanted
a
to pay you
twist.
back.
So you paid me back, all right.
Do you hate me?
Nah. But I can ride your bike home.
Forget it!
That's the least you can do after what you've just done. How?
All right.
Why?
Great story. You know what I liked about that story?
What?
No matter how bad a thing Evan did, Simon always forgave him.
You know what I liked about the story?
It's okay.
What?
That the virus is still alive. And if you're not careful, it'll jump into your computer.
I gotta go. Later.
I actually quite liked Tucker this season so far. Last season was kind of irritating. It was always just like messing with people constantly. But in this one, he's definitely growing up a little bit, which I quite enjoy. Alright, that was my reaction to Season 4, Episode 3 of Are You Afraid of the Dark, The Tale of the Renegade Virus. And just before I talk about the episode itself, it did definitely say to me that Cutter's Treasure was meant to be the first episode, because Cutter's Treasure started with that whole, we tell like all these different stories, and it showed each person and talked about different stories. Whereas this one was just like, hey, it's the Midnight Society, why is Gary late? Standard opening. So just at least from the actual Midnight Society stuff itself, I would say Cutter's Treasure is definitely the first episode, or it was meant to be at least. Whether it aired or not on that date, we don't know. It was all still a bit confusing, but I'm interested to find out if any of you know down below. Right, that episode, Renegade Virus. What can I say about that? That had some of my favourite moments of A Year Afraid of the Dark so far. That moment when the virus went up the banister and the camera like zoomed into his eye. Obviously, it was all filmed backwards, right? So the camera started there and it pulled out and he fell back down the banister. And some of the walking in school, you could tell that the kids were walking normally, but the boys walking backwards, and they reversed it. Pretty simple effects, sometimes pretty effective, but that banister thing, oh my god, that was the funniest thing I've seen in a long time. And I don't know what to say about that episode. That was crazy. Weird as tits. Crazy. I think the actual story itself was pretty good in the sense that there's a computer and you, like a VR computer game, you get put into it, but there's a computer virus, and because you're stuck in a virtual world, at least in this version of virtual reality where it kind of connects to you like your brain, the virus can be dangerous to you and your health, and it can get into your brain. I can kind of buy that. The actual virus itself was quite funny to watch because the way they chose to portray this virus as this little person with an extended brain was genius. I thought that was great because it was silly, funny, not particularly scary, but also that threat of I'm going to come into your brain and take over is kind of real and kind of there, and you can feel the tension of it's only 10 minutes, it's only 6 minutes, 2 minutes, the time ticking down, that whole time limit effect takes place where you start to get like, oh my god, he's only got 2 minutes left. So I enjoyed that because there was some tension, even though the bad guy itself looked quite silly. He was funny because like 1 minute he was like sliding up banisters, the next minute he was like throwing down doors, walking along all menacingly, and then was just quite silly looking, but funny at the same time. I like the main two brothers, they weren't brothers, I like the main two characters, and I think what the show did, which was unusual, was it gave a bit of a bait and switch in terms of who's going to be the main protagonist. So we opened up with the blonde kid, I can't remember anyone's names. He was in bed, he threw the thing over, turned his alarm off, and it seemed like, okay, he's going to be the protagonist, yeah? And then we get to school and he's like bullying this other guy, sort of. And it looks like, oh, alright, so maybe this other guy who wants to date that girl who he stole his bike from, maybe he's the main protagonist. And then it switches again back to the blonde guy, and the other guy is quite mean to him. Like, he does this virus when he's in the virtual reality game, which has loopholes in itself. Like, how do you put a virus onto a computer system that you don't really know? At this point in technology, it's hard to just put a virus onto something. Like now, I could probably go onto a website, download something dodgy, and get a virus straight away. But like back in those days, it was not as easy as that, not as straightforward as that. So how that boy put a virus onto that computer after being left alone for it for just a few seconds, I don't know. What I thought was going to happen, because we saw at the very beginning of the episode, or was that the boy as well? I'd have to go back and watch it, because we saw at the very beginning that there was someone was on the computer, typing away, it looked like he was trying to hack something, because it was like warning, alarm, warning. And then when we got to the computer lab, I just assumed that was the scientist guy, Poe. He was like getting illegal technology, getting this virtual reality software that he shouldn't be using, and hacked it and maybe stole it from somewhere. And that's why it would have been a virus there, because it wasn't his to use, it was like a glitch in the system, whatever, and that would lead to something bad happening to our character when he was inside the game. But then it turned out it was the main guy actually put a virus in. So I wonder if the guy at the beginning was our guy putting a virus on. Because even when we got to the lab and we were about to go onto the game, there was the whole warning, skull and crossbones appeared, like the beginning of the episode. But I don't think there would have been a virus there yet, right? Because why would the kid put a virus on? I don't know. Unless that was his whole plan. He put a virus on at the beginning, so that when the game was ready, he put the blonde guy into it to mess with him. I don't know. I mean, it probably makes sense to other people who've watched it a couple of times, but just as like my first reaction, because I don't remember anything about the episode other than the image of that virus being quite silly. It was weird technology. I mean, the room itself was just like the fan with the swimmer and the cogs in the background. Like, what I love about Are You Afraid of the Dark was in this episode, cheesy backgrounds that make no sense, characters that make no sense, but I enjoyed it. I mean, it was nice of the main kid to forgive the other guy for almost killing him. He put a virus in a computer while he was stuck in a virtual world, and that virus almost took over his brain. And he just forgave him straight away, which was nice, very mature of him. Don't know if I would have done that, but I do like how that said to Tucker, like, I love that story that he forgave him. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Gary, forgive me for putting the virus on your computer. But then we saw the ending where the virus guy was in the bin, crawling out of the bin. So how did he escape? Is the guy still stuck in the game? I don't think so, because he put the code in, he pressed it, the virus disappeared, and he seems to come back into the real world. So in which case, how did the virus get out so quickly? I don't know, there's a lot of plot holes here, things that don't make sense to me. But I did enjoy it, I had a really good time with it. I mean, it's going to make my ranking at the end of the season difficult, as per usual, because even the episodes like I loved last season, like Crimson Cloud, had plot holes to me. And I think that's just You Afraid of the Dark. It's all not going to make a lot of sense, because I'm an adult watching a kid's show. As a kid, I probably wouldn't make head. But that was fun. I had a good time with that. I think that's the more important thing for me about these episodes is, did I enjoy it? Yeah, I really enjoyed it. That was funny, it was silly, it was campy, it was stupid, but I enjoyed myself. Let me know down below what you thought. Season 4, episode 3 of You Afraid of the Dark, The Tale of the Renegade Virus. And as always, my name is Scott. I hope you guys are well. Taking care of yourselves, staying safe. If you enjoyed the video, please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you thought of the episode, the reaction, and also, do you understand the plot holes? Like, how did the virus get out? The thing about the guy at the beginning, was it the scientist or was it the boy? When did he put the virus on? Did he put it on just that few minutes he was alone after the man left? I don't know. Let me know if you have any sort of theories down below. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll see you all very soon for the next episode, Season 4 of Are You Afraid of the Dark? See you soon. Take care. Thanks for watching.